Lead the way, sir. It's like when that goes down, you're not getting those pucks squeaking under.
The newest one is the L20. And this is a brand new pad that Crawford started playing with it in Burgundy. It has a whole new strapping system, 4.7 pounds. It's our lightest pad to date. You'll get the flex of the flex and the stiffness of the Premier. Somewhere in between, but it's lighter and it has a whole new strapping system.
Start the blocker first. Look at this. Feels really, really nice, really mobile. Can you see this? Like how thin this thing is? Like look at this thing. Probably almost 10 years, 8-10 years since I had my original Reebok Premier 4s. Blocker feels good out of the box. It's a little bit stiff. Obviously I'm going to work it in a little bit. Gloves a little bit tight as well. Granted, it's a game ready. Like all gloves, you have to work it in. When I was designing this in the customizer, I thought it would look okay. I wasn't a big fan of the whole Lefevre graphic. I mean, I think a lot of people can agree. From a visual standpoint, I think these look awesome. So spec-wise, these are 34 plus 2 on the sizing charts, 34 up to the knee, plus 2 from above that. This is the shortest pad I've probably worn since I was 13, 14 years old. I've tried to really minimize the sizing of my pads. I've really enjoyed over the past little bit cutting down my sizing and increasing my mobility. Single break below the knee. How flexible is the boot? It's a little flexible, not a lot. It'll probably soften up a bit as I end up using it. Toe tie wise, pearl laces, 10% off TravSucks promo code all year round 365. Pickup setup today. This is the fast rotation system. In fact, the pad's gonna sit properly. It's gonna rotate well. You're gonna get more coverage and it's gonna rotate faster. 20.1 glove, this is a 580 catch. So it's a 90 degrees, so the catch angle goes right up and down the middle. Single T, I've always been a fan of the single T because I enjoy the snap when the puck was in the pocket. When it snaps right in the middle, I know I have the puck and I like to feel better, as opposed to a double T where there's a lot of netting and a lot of webbing in the pocket, which is fine. I prefer to see the puck because when I catch it with a single T, I can see the puck right in here. Better snap, that's just my personal preference. A lot of guys these days don't agree with that. I like a single T. Blocker, I'm not really sure in the specs. I know this is a 605 blocker, I think, 20.1 stock. It's got the half cuff, the open cuff, so there's no actual piece in here to hinder my wrist mobility. It's all just detached, so I get a lot more mobility in that wrist. Lefevre also has a nice little indent in the sidewall. I think this is a different sidewall. See what I'm seeing?
I know what they look like. I put them in the box. Excellent. So what do you want, guys?
right straight in the face, eh? Trav being able to catch pucks and some other pucks, especially with fingers up on a slide. This coverage-wise Very good. One thing about the blockers, pucks that came off the middle of the back of the hand, blocker rebound control for me is high, so I like that. Biggest problem with a lot of new brands was over rotation. There was none of that with this, so that's huge. Rebounds off the pads, hot.
What do you think, kid? You think they look good?
Yeah.
What do you like about them?
I like the silver. The silver looks cool.
I like your helmet.
Thank you.
Side silver's Hellebuck inspired.
No comment.
So it's been a couple days since I got Lefevre 20.1 gear. At this point in time, I've used it for about 7 or 8 skates. I want to give some feedback, some first impressions, although this is by no means a full comprehensive review. 7 or 8 skates, give or take, with the equipment, how it's been on ice. There are so many things about the gear that I think deliver on so many levels. These look like a Reebok Premier or a CCM Premier kind of pad, but there's so much more. Like just looking at the blocker, like look at the amount of mobility you have in this cuff. Like I don't think you could humanly possibly ask Patrick Lefevre himself to make this any more mobile. Like I don't know how you build off this to make it better. Palm materials in the Sure Grip are amazing feel. They feel comfortable, they feel light, they give me control of the stick. Rebounds are shockingly just coming off these things hot, just firing off the blocker to the corner, no problem. Hopefully, as you see in the video, I'm not putting much effort into redirecting pucks, they're just coming off here. No pucks are riding up here. I've taken a couple off the finger, and granted, I have my block knuckle guard on, which I think everybody should have. Anything coming off the fingers, I haven't had an issue with either. Like, there's no issues with the blocker at all. The 580 is one thing that I got excited about, but I initially thought, I was like, oh, this is a little bit different. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. What I can say is it feels good catching pucks. It's very windmill proof, and what I mean by that is the closure kind of comes over. It makes you almost naturally want to windmill, which, I mean, depending on how you see things, could be very positive or very negative, but it feels good catching pucks in the pocket. Although it doesn't have to be a crazy deep pocket, it does close very nicely. I like the feel of pucks hitting it. Single T kind of guy, never been a double T, never will be a double T kind of guy. Closure on the pocket is great. And although this is a game ready palm, this is a couple days in and it closes great, but I think the pads for this lineup shine. Razor thin. Probably just as light, if not lighter than the Warrior G4/G5 stuff. I think like my set came in at 4.7 pounds. Fast rotation system, which is what they're calling their whole leg channel and strapping system and whatnot. Rotates great. I feel comfortable in the pad. I find it's helping me lean forward in my saves. And if you watch any of the vlogs that I've been putting out for the past months, one thing in my game I want to fix is my leaning forward. I sink too much naturally coming forward, which part of the pads that is helping me lean forward, which is awesome. The Pro Laces edition on the toe ties is great. Discounted codes are in the description to pick those up. Pro Laces are a great addition. I'm very happy that I got a set of 20.1s, and I'm happy that I didn't order a set of G5s, because the G4s are going to be retired permanently for good. And that will conclude today's video. Thank you for watching.